Well, Rosen Law Office actually handles a number of matters. I focus on construction law, but we also handle business disputes and employment issues. And my partner focuses on dentists and licensing issues
Licensing issues. So
for dentists
for dentists.
when there are complaints against their licenses.
Okay, and what do you do specifically?
Well, what I mainly focus on is construction law, and construction law is really broken down into two areas. You have commercial cases, which I handle, but you also have residential, and there are issues in residential remodeling and in new construction. And the two areas are very different. There's a very strict home improvement contractor law in Massachusetts, and that was put in place to protect homeowners, and it's rather scary for contractors.
Really?
Yeah, basically what the law does is it defines what is required of contractors in Massachusetts. They have to be licensed, and also it describes for homeowners what is required in terms of what has to be in the contracts and what contractors are and are not allowed to do. So any violation of the home improvement contractor law is an automatic per se violation of the Consumer Protection Statute. And a lot of the public has heard of it. It's called 93A. And what that statute does is it gives the consumer up to double or triple damages, attorney's fees, interest, and costs against the contractor if they violate the statute.
Must scare contractors.
Scares them a lot.
Right.
And so what I do, I represent both sides. I represent contractors and homeowners. And my goal in my representation is to actually prevent problems. I handle the disputes once they arise, but I am a firm believer in a strong contract that protects both parties.
Right. So can you give us some practical examples without mentioning names?
Can't mention names.
No, we don't want names.
Happy to give you practical examples.
Great.
The biggest issues for the consumer, the biggest problems that I see are when contractors abandon the job, do work that is unworkmanlike or in violation of the building code, or when they don't pay their subs and suppliers. That's usually the biggest issue. From the contractor side, their issues involve getting paid. That's usually the biggest issue for them. Not having the consumer comply, the homeowner comply with the payment schedule, so they run into cash flow issues.